Greetings there, my fellow miners. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RuneScape Dragonwilds. Episode 14, Fixin for a mighty staff to slay dragons. In this case, I'm going to do something smart. I'm going to just drop the stone on the ground, knowing that the stone is required to build a teleporter. I don't want to destroy it, but I also don't want to be encumbered by it. So I'll just like plop it on the ground for later, so that I can build a teleporter when I'm back out there. Yeah, you couldn't even see the streamer. I know. It was pretty dank. All right, here we are. We got a law rune and some rats. Or a law vent, I should say. I always call them by the wrong name. And what we're looking for is a vault core so that I can fast travel back home and make myself a pick to get dragon teeth. And I'm not going to find it in here. I'm also going to get rid of some of the other resources that I have on me. Like, I don't need ash logs. Oh, there is a lot of very angry... Okay. I done pissed off a crew. Oh boy. Okay, it gonna be like that. Because I have low-level armor compared to their attacks, I don't want to be around for when they wallop me. I'll go back inside as soon as you reset. And try to play that differently, where I'm not, like, picking the fight with the deepest in the group. Dragging all of them out. Like, I'm Leroy. The other thing I could do is, alright, left sucks. Let's try right. Maybe that area is for later. There's a false wall in here. Oh god, the rat just wrecked me. No, don't touch. I don't know the law rune. Vent. I'll get it. I don't actually, I'm not going to take that iron because I don't actually have the carry weight for it. I'm okay. I'm almost at carry max with one more vault core, so I'm going to choose not to grab it. So, we have a pitfall of instant death. A lever, accessible somehow else, with a chest, and some lovely fire traps everywhere. But here's a vault core. Sweet. Am I out of life wards? I am indeed. I burnt through them pretty quick. No matter, I got my core. I really only needed the one. There are some, and I will warn you, there are some of these vaults where it's not reasonable to run in when you're low level to like ninja loot a core. But they generally come later on in the campaign. Early ones are pretty generous about giving you a core after a few fights. But I definitely have ran into situations later in the game where I was like, oh god, I need one core! And I'm like 90% of the way through the vault, and I still don't have a single core, and I'm like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna die. Alright, so let's bring this stuff back. Now that I have the teleporter right outside the dungeon, bring this stuff back down to HQ, and make some iron. Was I out of charcoal? No, not even close. Cool. Oh, another thing we could do is, let's take some wool thread and loom a little bit of it for wool cloth. Opening up a new path for progression, potentially. Can be watered. So it all can be watered? Okay. Well, the good news is we recently had a lot of rain, and I have a bunch of rain barrels in there. So I'm taking a leak. Now we'll water it with something good. Thread is needed for tools. Yes. So you don't want to necessarily turn all your thread into fabrics. That would be an absolute mistake. I think one more level until I get the... Let's see. So, recent artisan decorated adventure unlocks the armor mannequin and cape rack. Oh, nice. I should make one of those. At level 28, I get humidify, which is like a mass watering crop. I don't have it yet, but soon. And then runes to runescence. I already know about that. And then in melee, adaptability. Yeah. So next farming level is going to be a really nice one where like I don't have to water individually. I can just be like, water! And everything gets watered. So did I not split it? It doesn't matter. Here's wool thread. So, this wool doesn't give me any new recipes, but I will assuredly use it. And all of this iron is for an logging axe. So let's get rid of the copper, or bronze, sorry. And then the other thing we want is the pick. So the pick is going to cost blightwood. So we need blightwood in order to make the iron pick to get the teeth. And this is not a blighted zone, so we're gonna have to venture somewhere else. Spoiler. Alright, time to put everything away before we go on yet another adventure. And maybe go to sleep. Because 'tis late in game. Definitely been acquiring more gemstones and reagents and stuff like that, so that much is nice. At some point I'm gonna have to do another batch of like food prep because I'm pretty low. In fact, before I go to sleep, get some clean water because I'm nearly out. Up and at 'em. Okay, before going into the nasty zone, I'm actually going to pause a second to make something that I've overlooked up until now, which is the cooking range. So, build a cooking range and look for light, wood, and sap. I know it clips off the thing, but that's what we're doing. So the cooking range requires bronze bars. That's all I'm missing. Oh, I freaking did the... I forgot to turn that on. I did the whole, like, superheat, but never actually told it go. Good job. Me. So for bronze bars, I'm going to need more tin for the kitchen. And that shouldn't be too hard. That doesn't have me going to any zones that are difficult, which means I'm not going to bother recharging my life ward. It's not really worth it. For some lowly tin. Superheater, wow, that sounds like steam. Yeah, maybe I can be, I'll invent a steam engine or something, and I'll just bulldoze all the enemies. After I cast this, I should also do a rune check to make sure that I'm on track with the runes I need. So fire and air are a little low. Earth is a little low. So I ought to make some more fire, earth, air. Sounds like a good idea. I mean, if I could. Sounds very much like a Factorio thing to do, where you create, like, an artillery train, you know? It's not really in the cards for Dragonwilds. Is there any sort of potion to teleport to your base? No. There is only the, I mean, sure, drink a lot of poison and you'll teleport to your base. Just not with the stuff you wanted to keep. I'm guessing you didn't want a snarky answer. So, no. You're gonna need a lodestone. Unless you do count as suicide potion... Like, death by high cliff, teleport back to base. Because, yeah, technically, that'll do. I'm not certain, but it's... Oh, here we go. Let's just do the show me where the tin is. But it's possible if you have, like, easy enough difficulty, there might even be an option to just not lose your stuff on death. So there's 45... Okay, there's 10 up there. Alright, I got that, I guess. And that should be enough for the stove. And the reason I'm going for the stove is I know what's in store for the next zone, and I want the cooking range. So, it's a little cheese that I have played this before, but I apologize. Yeah, spoiled with Winrose with the I'm gonna get boozed up and just teleport back to my base. When the first time I used that, because I was like, oh, teleport back to base, that feels so counter lore wise, and then it was no, stop being drunk. Speaking of drunk, I really need to remove that lodestone. It's like I just collect water every time I try to use it. And then I realized that, that it's actually just, you get super loaded and then you wander back home. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. All right, so this makes, the bronze that we want. Cool. I think what I'm gonna do, for convenience, this isn't gonna be, like, permanently how I'm gonna lay things out, but, let's just move cooking over and cauldron over to sort of get rid of any reason for there to be a base here, and I'll eventually get a chest to put this stuff over here too. So, I don't think grills even need to be sheltered. They don't matter as far as shelter goes. But once we get the bronze for the range, we'll put the range in. Here it is. And there's no reason to have the lower tier stuff when you have the higher tier stuff. So once you have the grill, you don't need a fire pit. Once you have the range, you don't need the... Or once you have the cooking range, you don't need the stone range. And this needs better roof coverage. Yeah, okay, that doesn't surprise me. What if it's here? This is not where I intend to permanently put these things. This is just a stopgap of, like, I don't want it to keep running down. So the cooking range. This has something called pungent omelets. Why does this matter, you ask? It gives you fungal fortitude. Grants resistance to poison. Which, let's just say I kind of want right now for reasons. So I need grilled mushrooms and fried eggs for that. I also need I would like to put an oak chest down. I have enough oak. I just need the bronze. So then this becomes my new food container. This will be the de facto food store in a minute once I move some stuff around. And then this chest will be like overflow miscellaneous of just like the, I don't know what to do with this yet. Because I don't have a related industry. I also got access to the cape hook thingy. Where is it? Cape rack. Okay, I tried. Let's try that again. Am I gonna be 2 for 2 for backwards? I think I am. No, I did it. Woohoo! Cape rack. For funsies. I mean, it serves no purpose. So here we'll put the food. The things that are like food-ish. Because it's not always very clear what food is in this game, to be honest. And then this will just be the... Oh, I have not ground up wheat or clay yet. I ought to. I don't even have clay. But I should have some wheat back in the other box. Because that's another thing that I would say, like, anytime you interact with something new, definitely process it as much as you can. Because it might open up crafting opportunities that you were not made aware of. It's just good practice. Oh my god, there's so much crap in here, I can't even move. I'm gonna get rid of this tier 2 bow. I don't envision using it ever again. Part of the problem is the vault shards are super heavy. So that's what was primarily encumbering me. Remember to make live boards? Yeah, if I'm going to a new dangerous zone, I ought to. You're not wrong about that. And then I haven't put the fletching table and the, whatever it's called, the crafting table back either. These are going to be temporary spots for it. Maybe not even, because, like, that's not a terrible spot for Because I don't need a whole dedicated zone for like fletching or crafting, because they're kind of generic and they don't need their own like cubbies or whatever. So that's possibly the permanent spot for him. It's not unreasonable to start filling up the massive hallway that I have here with stuff. I did mention that I did not want to accidentally sleep, so I feel like putting the bed next to everything that I'm going to interact with constantly is a bad idea, so I'll just stick it over here. It's possible at some point I put it in a loft so I don't interact with it accidentally. Vault cores. Plop. Actually, I'm probably going to want to keep one. I'll do that in a minute. I'm probably going to want to keep one of those, though, because if I'm headed to a new zone, like down here, hypothetically, I really should have a teleport. So I'll grab that. But I am going to be frying up eggs and mushrooms in order to make poison resistance potions, or food, rather. And that will replace my sweet veg rolls. So I'm going to put the sweet veg rolls away for now. I had mentioned wanting to grind up wheat. And it looks like a lot of my farm is good to go too. So while the grilled mushrooms come off the line, let's do this. Cure. Cure. And harvest. Boom. 28. So now I have the mass hydrate thing, the ability, and that's going to be stellar. So let's put... I'm gonna guess I'm probably still gonna have a high need for flax. So let's dump more flax seeds in. And then on the higher level plots, I'll just do a bunch of tomatoes because I don't have a clear vision of what I want to plant here. So I don't face decision paralysis, I'll just do tomatoes. So once you have a little bit of water in your watering can, you can cast... Oh, I should reorder my spellbooks. So this is not a combat magic. You can cast Humidify, which then waters everything. Whoosh! Because you cast it forwards in a column, that's why I wanted to lay my farm plots out as like a column. And instead of using 800 water or whatever it would be, or 400 water, it used 50. I did it at... Oh, crap. I did it at mass reduced cost because I used magic to do it. And then on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, no matter what quality water you have in your can, it just will make... It will purify it in the process. So it's a really good way to manage your crops. So between Uproot, which mass harvests, and Humidify, which mass waters, it does make high volume farming less labor intensive, which matters a lot to me because it's a lot of games that don't have particularly compelling farming mechanics. I do not like to, unless it's part of survival, spend a whole lot of time in it. Now, the reason to do it here is in order to get a lot of the materials that I would need for progression, like flax, you kind of need to farm for it just because it's hard to... I mean, it would be annoying otherwise to run around and have to, like, field harvest of it and forage for all the... Oop, wrong one. All the flax that you would otherwise need. So we're done here. I've got all my mushrooms. And now I'm going to want to do... So it was mushrooms, eggs. So I need eggs. Oh, they're in my inventory. Derp. Fried egg time. And the recipe was mushrooms, eggs, and fried fried cabbage, which I already have. And we'll make 6. That'll do. And I'll just make some arcane infusion while I'm at it. That I'll try to drink once it is most needed. Another thing to consider with all the iron that I recently got is the loom harness only needs a little bit more wool thread to be able to make. So that might be something worth revisiting at some point. Once we're done with this task. So I've got my food, my water, my potion, and all of these excess eggs I'll just like put away for later. The last thing I want is the materials to be able to build a teleporter. So 1 vault core, and I'll get the stone there. I don't need to import the stone. I also just picked up a whole bag of flour, and that is of course a needed ingredient for a whole lot of cooking as well. So you can put the let's make 1 bread now while I'm staring at it. And that would be put into the kiln. Oh, I should also drop the skewers too. True. Skewers away. And now we have bread for the first time. Not that I'm eating it, but like I hypothetically could. I don't really mind that it's nighttime, so I'm gonna go anyway. And I think to get to this zone, it's going to be fastest to go here and go east than go here and go... Because the only way really up here is like... There's only a few paths to get to this area. So we're heading... Oh, where's the ping? We're heading... 600 meters that way. I didn't make any life wards. Once I get there, I will teleport home and make some. Because I don't want to be in that new zone without them. Cutting it a little close there, but, you know, it's fun. Now they're fighting an after image. Oh, God! Oh, God! I did not see that thing under my butt. Ouch. I'm glad there's no cooldown. Oh, no! Okay, that was my fault. I was going to say, I'm glad there's no cooldown on wind step, so I can wind step away from here and then... flop. Death 2. If you were keeping track. Let's just sleep throughout the night. Would life... ward have helped me there? Yes. Oh, unfortunately, all of my rune essence was brought with me to the new zone. So this is one of the reasons why I had previously, and not this time, previously put it away, is I can't make it. Because in order to harvest that stuff, I would need a pick. And, well, I don't have a pick. So sometimes it makes sense to keep your older picks, your, like, phased out picks, your copper or stone picks, so that in a bad pinch, you can cobble together at least some life ward or whatever you might be missing. I mean, you know, oh well. Yeah, there's no cooldown, but there's a casting time, exactly. That was just sloppy on my part. I mean, we can Oh, and my death spot was like a jump back previous. We can check that up too. I've been live for, you know, almost 10 hours. Honestly, I didn't see the berserker because of that wall there, so I didn't know I was jumping into a berserker. I would obviously have played that differently had I known. Alright, we're back on track. I don't have my life wards, but we are headed roughly there. Oh, I do need air runes? Because I hadn't rune crafted back at base. Because I was down to like 250. I'm going to want more than that. And contrary to their name, the terror birds kind of very much leave you alone unless you get way up in their face. So they're not like kill on sight level like a lot of the other animals are. I also should probably make a teleport rune somewhere around here too, where the where Cathan died. And the dragon is currently trying to like carpet bomb me, but I don't even care. That poison is so easy to manage; it's not a big deal. Velgar. Oh, right into two more hunters, of course. So this is a wall that separates the two biomes. And I am in a new biome. And, if it looks like crap, it's because it is. This is the Blood Blight Swamp. And I needed Blood Blight sap. So through my very clever process of elimination, I think I'm in the right neighborhood for the other ingredient I require. And then also I needed Blightwood in order to make the pick. And again, I cleverly think I'm in the right neighborhood for that too. I really am a genius. And a species. Alright, so we got a teleporter here. Because I don't want to tempt fate for death number 3, let's go ahead and make some ward before I just ram myself to death. And I'll make the cheap stuff, because I'm worth it. Taking the arcane infusion. What was I missing for the potion of spellcasting? I forget. Snapdragon. Okay, I haven't found any Snapdragon, so that's a moot. Back to the swamp. So this swamp has poison aplenty, which is why I wanted the fungal fortitude food ahead of time, because it really sucks to be dotted to death and just be like, well, I'm out of healing and I'm just gonna have to wait to die now because the dots are higher than my resistance. And then we also have Silva, a new material, a new metal. And we're still trying to suss out where we might find sapphire. And I just got red topaz off of silver. So it's reasonable to say this is not it. But I did also just pick up Snapdragon, which is required for the... I'm not mining that at all. Anyway, whatever, I'm just going to leave that. Snapdragon is required for the nicer healing potions, so that's awesome. Good to find. Blightwood root. There we go. Got some blightwood. And blightwood was one of the materials needed for the pick. And if I stand in this, I have more poison resistance. So the like progression of the poison at the bottom left of the screen there doesn't go up as fast. But it's not to say that I can like happily hang out in poison for a long time. It would still super kill me. Now what I can do is take the anti-poison potion as a 5-minute prevention measure, which I have on hotbar 8. But standing in the liquid is super not good, which is why I'm hopping island to island. Well, island is a misnomer. Land to land. We got toadflax and snapdragon. And more blightwood root. So the blightwood roots were also required to make that light staff thingy. The like super good masterwork weapon. So eager to acquire that as well. We also have swampweed. And I picked up some swampweed seeds. That's good. And let's go continue the meal, the free meal. I'm sure you've noticed, but it actually doesn't fill me up or hydrate me. It just continues the buff. I mean, I explained that, but... So when I call it a free meal, it doesn't really count. And I did need sap. Oh, God. Okay. I did need sap, and, hi. Just don't mind me. What an odd-looking bundle of twigs. Yeah, I would say so. And we have another metal over there that I haven't interacted with yet. So we've got, a whole lot of blightwood now, which is good. But there's nothing, there's no, like, follow-up. It's just, like, a generic interact with tree. So let's move on for now. These things spew poison, so don't hang out near them. That will hurt. That'll hurt a lot. Gourd. That's not how to mine gold. Good try, though. And gold and silver are more for, like, trinkets and jewelry than they are for arms and armor. Oh, and finally, we found sapphire. So sapphire is a gemstone of gold. So for the light staff that looked super sexy as a weapon, we're going to need 4 of those. And then I'll also be able to plant the seeds that I'm getting here, too, once the tomatoes are matured and the planters are cleared. I don't intend to have more than... I mean, it could have as many planters as I want, but I really don't intend to have more than I currently have. 8's fine for now. Alright, so there's more gold over there. Swampweed. Swampweed. And our second sapphire. Looking good. Fruitful run so far. Oh, another sapphire. Don't go into the swamp. So I need only one more sapphire for that super staff. You thought I got 2 for the first node? Let me count them. Maybe you're right. So far I have 3. So I didn't get 2. I got some red topaz, but that was from the silver. We got some enemies over there. Copy that. And for now, I think I am happy with avoiding that monstrosity over there that looks like some sort of Queen of... the Zerg Queen of Thorns horrible monstrosity thingy. Oh god, I'm getting beat up by a tree. Some vegetarian I am. Damn. Okay. Internal alchemy. So, I'll try to get the 4th sapphire while I'm out here. I think that will be a pretty significant bonus. Because we are trying to fight a dragon, right? So, I need as best weaponry and armor as I can get my hands on, I think. And a masterwork weapon sounds like it fits the bill. Yeah, comparing that thing to Kerrigan, I mean, Kerrigan post-Zerg, not pre-Zerg. Not Ghost. Obviously. But calling her Kerrigan-esque, I don't think would be inaccurate. At least at a distance. Like her horror form. Come on! Be generous! So I have very little carry weight left. Trying to find the last of the sapphire I need. And I could also use the spell for finding gold. Let's do that. So silver's right there. There's some gold right there. More silver. Gold, I guess. That's pretty far away. Is that even in the swamps? No, that might actually be copper at that distance. I doubt that's gold, because it's out of the biome. Interestingly, it didn't label that, which is like adjacent. Alright, I've exceeded carry weight. Ditching ash logs for now. But very likely, I have enough gold and silver. I'm just really only looking for the sapphire. Because I have an enormous amount of gold and silver at the moment. So I'm just going to keep mining until I find the sapphire, because I think it's hypothetically worth it. Although the game is like hardcore trolling me here. It offered it really quickly and then was like, no, sorry. It's a rare item, so you're not going to find it again. Well, what I could do is I could drop this stuff off, because my lodestone is right over there, and then continue the search. Maybe after I hit this one more spot. Just one more. Oh, you know, a really good reason to stop now is I'm out of earth runes. So I'll hit this manually, the old-fashioned way. Your ma and pa were coal mine. Well, maybe not ma, but pa. Oh, there we go! And for this, I will ditch... I'll just eat a life rune. Oh, I'll take some fall damage to eat a life rune. Life ward. There. Problem solved. I'm not encumbered. Thank you for tuning in to RuneScape Dragonwilds, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but I'm not looking for feedback or spoilers. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, viewers that came to the live stream, and also viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. So thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode, or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow adventurers.